A quarterback who looked lost. A team that couldn't score points. And, of course, let's ride. That season became a meme more than a football highlight. And honestly, that's what makes this hype cycle so interesting. Because now, with a new coaching staff and a reset, people are saying Russ might finally bounce back. But what do you think? Is Russell Wilson still a top-tier QB deep down, or did Seattle unload him at the perfect time? Section 3, enter Sean Payton, the savior? If there's one reason the hype exists, it's Sean Payton. Let's be real, Payton is one of the best defensive minds of the past 20 years. He turned Drew Brees, an undersized QB, into a Hall of Famer. He gave the Saints a Super Bowl and consistent playoff success. Now he's in Denver, and people are saying he's here to fix Russ. But here's the catch, Payton's not a magician. Coaching only goes so far if the roster isn't there. This is where the hype gets tricky. Yes, Payton could unlock the offense. But the Broncos' problems aren't just about QB play, they're about protection, consistency, and depth. Still, having Sean Payton on your sideline immediately puts you in the national conversation. Section 4, the roster breakdown. Let's get into the actual pieces. Defense. This is where Denver shines. They were quietly a top 10 unit last year, even with the offense putting them in bad spots. Patrick Surtain II might be the best young corner in the league. Offense. Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Javonte Williams give Wilson options. But can they stay healthy? And can the O-line hold up long enough for Russ to cook? Special teams. Denver has been shaky here for years, and in close NFL games, that matters more than people realize. So yeah, on paper they've got talent. But depth? That's where it gets concerning. One or two injuries could derail everything. Section 5, the AFC Gauntlet. Now let's zoom out. Even if the Broncos improve, look at their competition. The AFC is stacked. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are basically a dynasty in progress. Josh Allen and the Bills aren't going anywhere. Joe Burrow and the Bengals are terrifying. And now, the Jets with Aaron Rodgers? That's a whole other story. So here's the real question, even if the Broncos get better, are they actually better than these teams? Section 6, fan culture and the mile-high advantage. One thing that never gets enough attention is the Broncos' home field advantage. Playing in Denver at high altitude isn't just a cool fact, it actually wrecks opposing teams' stamina. Kicks travel farther, players tire faster. And the fans? Loud, loyal, and desperate for a winner. It's one of the best home environments in football, and if the Broncos really get rolling, Mile High could become a nightmare for visiting teams again. Section 7, the media machine and the hype cycle. Now let's talk about why this hype exists in the first place. The NFL loves comeback stories. Networks want to market Denver as a redemption arc, Russ returning, Payton saving the day, the Broncos climbing out of the basement. It's TV gold. But sometimes hype isn't about reality, it's about storytelling. And that's where fans need to be careful. Because we've seen this before. Remember when the Browns were hyped as Super Bowl contenders in 2019? Yeah, didn't exactly work out. Section 8, hypothetical scenarios. Let's play what if for a second. Best case, Russ bounces back, Payton works his magic, the Broncos sneak into the playoffs, and suddenly they're the dark horse no one wants to face. Worst case, the offense still sputters, Russ looks washed, and by week 10, Denver is staring at another rebuild. Which one feels more realistic? Drop your take in the comments, I'm curious. Section 9, the X factors nobody talks about. Here are a few wildcards that could make or break the Broncos' season. Health of Javonte Williams. If he's fully recovered, the run game could be dominant. Chemistry in the locker room. After all the drama last year, can this team actually gel? Rookie impact players. Sometimes, one breakout star changes everything. These details never get the big headlines, but they often decide whether a team rises or collapses. Section 10. So, do they deserve the hype? Here's my honest take. The Broncos do deserve attention. They've got a legendary coach, a defense ready to dominate, and the potential for a Russ revival. But hype is dangerous. Until they prove it on the field, this is all just talk. If they start hot, you'll see the hype explode. If they stumble early, the same media building them up will tear them down twice as fast. Outro. So, what do you think? Are the Broncos about to shock the NFL, or are we in for another season of disappointment in Denver? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into NFL storylines. And remember, the hype is fun, but the truth always shows up on Sundays.